Hi, welcome to Rotten Rebel. Sandra Solomons Fragrance is back.
Hi.
And today we are going to do yet another round of first impressions, and this one is going to be a lot of fun because I never heard about the brand before. And the brand name is
Electimuss.
Electimuss. So who are they? Do you know anything about them?
First, I didn't know anything at all. I wanted to try something new, and I wanted to find something that I was sure that Rotten Rebel never tested or tried. And this just popped into my feed, and they are supposed to be really good at oud fragrances, and we both enjoy oud.
Interesting.
So I thought this was the perfect brand to discover.
Nice. So I never tried anything from them before. I haven't even heard anything about them. So I didn't even know that they existed. So this is going to be a lot of fun.
Yes.
And we sprayed the test strips about 10 minutes ago. And when you were spraying them, I was going crazy because it smelled so good and so unique. So we are going to try out their entire collection. That's 17 fragrances. But in this video, we are going to try out 9 of them. And for the rest of them, you will have to check out another video on Sandra Solomons Fragrance's channel. So I'm going to link to that video below, so make sure that you watch that video as well. So without further ado, I think we should just get to it, right?
Yes.
Before we get started, I just want to tell you guys that we are going to do a giveaway. So 2 people will have the chance to win 8 samples each. So make sure you watch until the end of this video and I will tell you how you can participate in the giveaway. So the first one we are going to try out is Capua. I know the name Capua because I used to watch every single season of Spartacus. So I believe Capua is like an old city in Italy.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
But probably that's right, because Electimuss is inspired by the ancient Romans.
There you go.
Yes, and they are on a quest to just find all the best ingredients, because that's what the Romans did.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but I absolutely love the way they have presented these samples. Look at that. I wish every single brand would do this. This is beautiful. So here you go.
Yes.
Please do read the notes.
So in the top we have elemi, we have a smoky woody heart with cedar, we have the warm woody base with cedar, vetiver, amber, and cashmere wood.
I like it. It's woody. You
Woody
mentioned
and smoky, as I mentioned.
You mentioned vetiver, but I don't pick
No,
up much of that one.
and that's good.
Yeah, that's good. But yeah, and I do get something that is sort of a suede cashmere-like.
Yeah.
There's something sort of a creamy and not leathery, but almost in a way.
Yeah, when you see it, it actually has something creamy in it when you smell it a bit more. I think this is a really good woody
This is
fragrance.
nice, yeah.
Yeah, I
This
think
is a
it's
nice
very masculine,
Okay.
but still soft in some way.
Yeah, I think it's to me the feelings I get and the sort of image that my mind conjures is that this is something classy.
Yes.
And it feels really luxurious. It's definitely well made, and I have a hard time, even though this is supposed to be even though this is supposed to have a smoky, woody heart, I don't think that this is overly smoky.
No.
I don't think this is overly anything. So what I'm getting at is that I don't think anyone is going to be offended by this.
No,
I
not
think
at all.
people are going to be impressed because it's beautiful.
I think so. You will smell very exclusive.
Yeah.
And as I am standing next to the layering master, I'm sure you could layer this with many things to make it even more a beautiful woody base for anything.
But I do think that this is so beautiful on its own. So if I would own this, I would most likely rock it as it is. But what are you going to give this one from 1 to 10 if you were going to rate your first impressions?
My favorites aren't the woody kinds of fragrances, but this is definitely one of the best woody fragrances that I have smelled. So It's growing on me, and I'm giving it first impression 8.
8.
And
That
it
is
might
pretty good.
get better when I smell it on someone.
I think I'm gonna give it like 7.5 or 8. This is really nice. Next up we have Black Caviar.
Wow, I like the name.
Please do read up the notes.
Yes, so this says it has a woody top with caviar, agar wood, and cedar wood. Then we have an aromatic heart with lavender, sage, and rosemary, and a woody base with vetiver and patchouli.
Yeah, and this is, I would say this is cool.
And I remember when I sprayed this on the test strip just a while ago, this was one that got to me straight away, and I liked it immediately.
Now, I usually don't go around sniffing caviar. I don't eat caviar that often, but when I've eaten it, I don't recall me sniffing it. So I'm not sure if this is like a really beautiful and realistic caviar note. But I do get the woody side of it, and I do get the aromatic heart with lavender, sage, and rosemary. Again, this is supposed to have vetiver, but to me it's really pushed in the background.
Yeah.
Because my nose is super sensitive to vetiver, and this is not vetiver heavy. And I do enjoy the patchouli at the base. I think this is beautiful. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. So this is one that got to me right away when I sprayed it on the stick, and I really like it. I think it's very unique. I'm not sure I would use it myself. Maybe it's not so feminine.
So you think this is a masculine scent?
I would say it's not crazy masculine, but I do think it's better for men than women. It's kind of aquatic in some way. Do you agree?
No, I don't think it's aquatic.
Never agrees with me.
But that's the beauty of scents and fragrances. We all experience them in different ways. So what do you think about this aquatic beauty? What are you going to give it from 1 to 10?
This aquatic beauty gets a 6. Yeah.
And I gotta say that the first sniff was way more impressive than what I sort of experience it now.
Yes.
And now, I still feel that this is a beautiful one, but I think I'm gonna give it a 7. That does not mean that this is a bad one. It's just not something that I think is worth higher than that. So that was Black Caviar. Next up we have Auster. I'm not sure I pronounced that right. Here you go. Okay. Please read out the notes.
So we have an aromatic citrus top with star anise.
Your favorite note, the anise. Anise.
My God, star anise, lemon. We have a sweet, spicy heart with sweet geranium and clove. And then we have an earthy base with cedar, ambergris, and patchouli.
Yeah, I do get the sort of aromatic side.
Yeah.
Really, really cool. And even though you sprayed this on about 10 or 15 minutes ago, I still pick up a bit of the citrus at the top.
And it's quite strong, I would say. I think this is a floral soapy one. Yes.
I think they sort of gave this one a pretty good description. They call it the earthy base with cedar, ambergris, and patchouli. And I really feel that this is this has that sort of earthy vibe to it.
Yeah.
I think again that this is a cool one. I love the parts of the opening with that citrus, but I'm not sure I would buy it myself. And even though I think this is a beautiful scent, and as a piece of art this is truly beautiful, I don't think a lot of people would sort of enjoy it on me as well. They wouldn't mind it. They wouldn't think that it's a bad one, but this is not something that I put on and the compliments keep coming in.
I'm not so impressed. As the others, it's not a bad one, and it is probably well made, but not my kind of fragrance. Since I don't like the soapy ones, and I think this one is soapy, so a 4.
Wow. Yes. Okay, a 4. I think this is cool. It's not my kind of scent, but it's not a 4 to me. I think I'm gonna give it like a 5. Next up we have Puritas or Puritas. Here you go. Please read out the notes.
Then there's a medicinal top, elemi, pink pepper, and absinthe. Then a floral incense heart with olibanum, rose, Indian tuberose, absolute, and geranium. Then we have a woody musky base with labdanum, patchouli, tonka, and amber. That sounds good.
Yeah, that one was interesting. And to me, this is really, I get the medicinal top.
Yes.
And I get that woody base.
Yeah, and the tonka.
And I get like hints of that incensey floral heart. But really, the floral side is not too dominant on me.
not
I
at
pick
all.
up, and I'm glad that this one is not incense heavy, because I usually don't like those that are super heavy on the incense. But to me, this is really that medicinal top, which you clearly get, together with a bit of incense in the background, and then that woody base. This to me is really woody.
Yeah, it is. But I do pick up lots of the woody base, but also the sweetness from the tonka.
Okay.
So that's a nice mix.
So what are you going to give this one?
I'm going to give it a 6.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, and this is not, I think this is a cool one, but I'm not sure if it's super unique. And it has it's a bit sort of too medicinal together with, it has that sort of a church vibe. Thanks to the incense mixed with that sort of a medicinal top. So this is not a favorite of mine. I'm gonna give it a 5. Moving on to the next one, and the next one is rhodanthe. Please read out the notes.
It has a fruity, spicy top with bergamot, lemon, pear, and cloves. Then we have a floral aromatic heart with saffron, violet, raspberry, black tea, Bulgarian rose, and pink pepper. And we have a woody musky base with oud, amber, cedar, musk, vanilla, and patchouli. So that's a lot of notes.
This is cool. I'm gonna guess that even though I don't know the rest of their collection, I'm gonna guess that this is sort of their take on something of that sort of a classic oud rose combo.
Yeah.
I do pick up the oud, and the oud is not, at least to me, something that is super dirty or anything like that. And I do pick up the rose. So this is really, in some ways, this reminds me, I can't remember exactly which brand and which oud rose combo perfume that it reminds me of, but it does give me vibes of something that I've smelled before, but with a twist. I do think that they managed to do this quite well, and yeah, like you can see, I mean, there's violet, there's saffron, there's a bunch of notes in this one. I like it. I think it's cool. What do you think?
This kind of rose is the one that gets soapy to me. So I am not so impressed by this one. It smells like the soap in my grandma's bathroom. And that's a good soap. I mean, it doesn't smell bad, but it's not something I would like to wear as a fragrance.
Okay. So what are you going to give it from 1 to 10?
It gets a 5.
5. Okay. And I think I now remember what this is sort of remind me of. And I'm not sure which one of the Montal ones, but this could very well be something that Montal would put out. But I would say probably a bit better. It's nice, but it's not super nice. It doesn't impress me that much, but maybe 5 or 6 from me. Next up, we have Celestial. I love the name. What are the notes?
The notes are a medicinal spicy top with saffron, raspberry, and black pepper. Then we have a deep rose incense heart with olibanum, Indian rose absolute, Bulgarian rose, and pepper. And a woody musky base with cedar, Paraguayan gaiac wood, and tonka. Sounds good.
This, when you read the notes, I was like, whoa, am I really smelling all that stuff?
Yeah.
I actually think that this is good.
I think, did it say pink pepper or just pepper? Black pepper.
Black pepper.
Yeah. Because it has that peppery note that you usually can pick up when there's some kind of pepper in the fragrance. And I think that together with the raspberry makes it kind of nice.
Yeah, I think this is a cool one. I do enjoy that it has this sort of a slightly sweet side.
Yeah.
I like it. I think this is something that I would actually would consider buying.
I can't say that I pick up any of the cedar and the tonka,
Mm-hmm,
but
mm-hmm.
I'm guessing that the tonka is what gives it that sweetness.
So what are you gonna give Celestial from 1 to 10?
It's a 6.
Okay. I think there's something unique about this, and I really enjoy this one. So this one actually gets an 8 from me. This is really, really good. Next up, we have Jupiter. Please read out the notes.
Yes. We have a spicy aromatic top with saffron, oud, incense, cistus, and davana. Then a smooth woody heart with patchouli, sandal, cedar wood, vetiver, and an amber powdery base with grey amber, tonka bean, ambretta seeds, musk, and vanilla berries.
This to me is something that is really sort of a spicy. It's warm.
Yeah.
It's definitely musky.
Woody.
So yeah, I can pick up the amber, the musk.
Yeah.
This one says vanilla berries.
I have no idea what that is.
No, but I do get something that is sweet.
Yeah.
And I do pick up like a hint of something woody, but I couldn't pinpoint if
I
it's
think
like.
there's something that is like woody / smoky in it.
This one says that it has sandalwood and cedarwood. I can't sort of pinpoint any of those when I smell it.
No.
But I think this one was. I think this is a nice one, but the question I guess is if I think it's super unique, and it feels like I smell something similar from some other brand. But it's a good one. That doesn't mean that it's a bad one. It's still a good one.
No. Yeah, I agree. And once again, I think this is the kind of fragrance that is better for men than women. And I think I'm going to give it a 6. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, there's like half of this one I think is really cool. The other half sort of pulls it down. So I think I'm gonna meet you right at 6 on this one. Next up we have Mercurial Cashmere.
Okay.
And I think I am going to like it. At least I hope so. So please do read out the notes.
So, other than the name that you obviously like, we have a citrus spicy top with bergamot, cardamom, and pink pepper. I like the sound of that. We have a floral amber heart with violet, iris, grey amber, and musk. And then we have a woody gourmand base with cashmere wood, cedar, oud, and caramel. And that sounds good.
Yeah, and I was right. I think so far this probably with the first one is one of my favorites. So this one to me is something you can sort of smell the cashmere and wood together with something sweet.
Yeah.
And I do pick up some of the amber and the musk.
I think this has some sun tanning lotion feeling to it in a good way.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It's like a super luxurious suntan.
I would love to smell like this when I put that on. Yeah, this is the best up until now. And I don't remember the first one that actually got an 8, but this is definitely at least an 8. Yes.
Yeah, this is good. This is sort of a creamy almost. It's that was a good description of it. This is like a luxurious, super luxurious suntan perfume. I really enjoy this one. This is something that I also could consider buying. I'm gonna give it 8.5. And the last one in this video. Now remember, you can watch the rest of the collection in the next video that is going to come up on Sandra Solomons Fragrance's channel.
Yes.
So make sure you check that one out. But this is the last one in this round of first impression. And the name is Trajan.
Okay.
Please do read out the notes.
So we have a citrus top with mandarin, lemon, bergamot, and blood orange. Then we have an aromatic woody heart with lavender, sage, and saffron. And we have a woody amber base with cedar wood, oak moss, and grey amber. Yeah.
And I do get I do get the woody, ambery side of it.
Yes.
And I do pick up the aromatic woody heart with the lavender and sage.
Yes.
I don't get that much of the saffron.
I get the saffron and I get something sweet that is very nice. And I can't say I get much of the citrusy top, and there was quite a lot of citrus in this.
This one to me is something that is aromatic, woody, with a warm side. So this one almost feels like it's sort of a spicy in a way.
Yes.
I really enjoy this one. I think this is a beautiful piece of art.
Okay, so I like that it's cautiously spicy and sweet. I'm gonna give it a 7. Yes.
Okay, interesting. And I think you are pretty spot on with your, I think I would give it 7 or 7.5 as well. It's not bad. I think this is a pretty cool one. So those were the first 9 fragrances from Electimuss that we tried out. And my first impression of the brand is that they put out some seriously high quality luxurious perfume. I think they smell, even though some of them sort of reminded me of something, I still feel that they are really sort of well made and in different ways quite unique as well.
Yes.
So there were, in almost every single perfume, there was at least a part of it that felt unique.
Yes.
So maybe the whole composition wasn't that unique, but parts of it was quite cool. So even though I'm impressed by the brand and these perfumes, it is interesting though that we didn't give any 10s.
No.
And I mean, your scores were actually kind of low, not super low, but it was barely anyone's above 7.
Yeah, and I think that's my summary. I mean, these are well-made fragrances and you can really smell that it's good quality. But up until now, this is not my kind of fragrances. But I do know that there are lots more that will come in the other video. And I do know that there are some oud ones there that smelled quite disgusting when I sprayed them on. And I think they will turn into something beautiful. So I'm very curious about our next part.
So we are going to do a giveaway and 2 people will be able to win 8 samples each from Electimuss. All you gotta do in order to be able to participate is to like this video on my channel. Make sure that you follow me as well. Please put a comment in the comment section as well. And head on over to Sandra Solomons Fragrance channel. Find this video of first impressions of Electimuss. Watch it. Click that like. Make sure you follow her as well. And comment her video as well. And we will go through both of our videos and pick one lucky winner each. So yeah, that's what you gotta do in order to win, to be able to win these. Good luck. So this was a lot of fun. Make sure you don't miss part 2 of our first impressions of Electimuss. So part 2 is going to be on your channel. So
yes.
Sandra Solomons Fragrance. I'm going to put a link in the card above and I'm going to put a link in the description below. So make sure you watch that. If you enjoyed this video, then I would highly appreciate if you would like it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and that notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.